Yeah, I liked our effort again today. I like our ability to make adjustments and keep attacking. You know, we have an identity. We know who we are. You know, and sometimes when you're taking over a program, you know, you're fighting so many bad habits. You have to stay the course. You know, this whole year has been a process for us. We've had defections, you know, kids quitting, transferring, injuries, you name it. I mean, we're down to 7 scholarship guys, but look at us, playing our best basketball of the year right now. You know, and that's an encouraging sign as we head into next year. We knew that this was going to be a process. We lost some games earlier in the year that I think I didn't mind losing them because I knew I have a big picture in my mind. I don't live in the small picture world. I've been doing this for so long, and I knew what I wanted this team to look like. But we play hard, we compete, we rebound, we defend, and it's taken a while to get to this point. But we have a very good culture with our program now in terms of how we practice, how we behave, how we treat each other, the kind of teammates we are. And we have an identity. When people think of Houston basketball, they think of what we want them to think of, and that we're tough and we play hard. And when you have that, you have something special.
Is it significant that in the second half they didn't really challenge you guys at all on the scoreboard? I mean.
Yeah, no, but I think that's the growth that we've had. You know, we've had games where we've had a nice first half, but it was fool's gold. You know, we are what we are now. You know, and it didn't just start with the win. I mean, you think about the Cincinnati game when LJ went down when he broke his foot. We had the ball up 8. You know, and it's hard to lose your point guard and make adjustments that night. Look at J-Rod now. Look at him that night. Now look at him now. He knows. You know, we've had time to practice and prepare. But this team's been playing well for a while, been competing for a while. Even Temple, you know, we led Temple in the second half. We led Cincinnati in the second half. Those are upper echelon teams. Now we're playing South Florida, Tulane on the road, East Carolina. Look how we're playing. So I wish there was more. I wish we could start the season now. You know, I promise you our record wouldn't be 12-18. But, you know, it's not like we thought we were going to make the tournament this year. You know, our goal was never to make the NCAA tournament. My goal as a head coach coming into a new program with new players was to establish a culture and establish an identity. I talked about that from day one. And now as we're closing the season, we have one. We have a culture and we have an identity, and that's most important to me.
You said the goal wasn't to make the tournament, but hey, win 4 games in 4 days.
Lightning in a bottle. I just want to beat Tulane on Thursday, Hoss.
Okay. How do you feel about how the team's playing right now?
I feel like we face a lot of adversity, and after the Temple game, Coach told us that there's a lot of teams that go through what we go through, quit at this time of year. So he challenged us all to play for our brothers and just play our heart out. So that's what we've been doing. And I'm proud of my teammates, myself as well.
I know Coach talks about playing 1 game at a time, but I mean, with as well as you guys are playing, I mean, is it a dream? Win 4 games in 4 days?
I mean, not really. It's just
No.
people playing their heart and finally playing hard.
Players don't think about that. Coaches never think about that. No. We got Tulane. No. Who won, SMU or Tulsa? Well, SMU is the best team in this conference. They should win the tournament. And who finished second? Tulsa should finish second. Who's finished after them? Temple and Cincinnati. They should be right there with them. One of those 4 teams should win the tournament. We got a good shot on Thursday. Now, if we win Thursday, ask me about Friday.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm comfortable. I don't think I'm as comfortable because it is a new position. I mean, I played the first start of the year, in the beginning of the year, but now I'm as we practicing more and coach keep molding me as a point guard, not to do too much and not to do less. Now less. I think I'm getting more comfortable every day with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikhail. It's kind of tells you a little bit about our team. We have senior day, and our senior has a broken foot. It tells you a little bit about what this team has faced all year. But we had a nice little meeting, team get together last night. Guys shared some ideas or thoughts about Mikhail. It was really nice. And Mikhail's meant a lot to our program. He's meant a lot to me personally. You know, this time last year, I'd never heard of Mikhail McLean. I didn't know who he was. You know, and then when I took the job, I never saw him play because he broke his foot before we even played a game. First time I ever saw him play was in January, I think. Yeah, so I didn't know these guys. You know, our starting point guard broke his foot. I never saw him dribble a ball or do anything until the middle of December. I never saw Mikhail do anything on a basketball court in 5-on-5 until January. So, but two things impressed me about Mikhail was the night we played Murray State on the road, and everybody knows how good Murray State is, but you know, we had one of those nights where they didn't play very good. We made a bunch of shots and held on to win. But I noticed him on the bench. I noticed how genuine he was. And I saw his passion for his teammates and his leadership and how much he cared for them. During timeouts down the stretch, there's 8,000 or 9,000 people at that game. Murray State's a really good team. But Mikhail was the guy on that bench was holding everybody together and then giving everybody belief. And it was genuine, and that impressed me. And then his best night of his career, his highest scoring game was against Rice. We broke his foot the next day. Now you think about, he had 14 points. All of a sudden now we don't have him. So, you know, we're playing with 3 post guys. Most teams play with 4 or 5. We're playing with 3. But he has his highest scoring game of his career, having the most fun he's had in his career, and now he's done. But he hasn't missed a beat. He hasn't missed a practice. He hasn't missed a film session. He still lifts with his team. To me, he's the ultimate teammate. He's been a godsend for me as a head coach, and he's been a terrific leader for our program. And he's graduated. Got his degree last May, and he'll get his master's degree this May. Special young man. I didn't, because I believe in these kids. I've been doing this for so many years. You know, it should have. You know, most teams, when you've had the season we've had, and you look up, your starting point guard breaks his foot, he's done for the year. The guy that's playing better than any of your post guys breaks his foot, he's done for the year. The paper says it should. But you know, we got big hearts, and we've learned how to compete and play with toughness, and that's all I want them to do. And you know, J-Rod's not a typical point guard, so I had to mold him a certain way. You know, we learned to play through Devontae more. We had to get more out of Eric Weary had to go into the starting lineup. And even though his numbers aren't good, Eric's played a lot better. And then Wes Van Beck all of a sudden gets an opportunity, and he starts contributing. JC's, you know, we've got 2 freshmen. Van Beck and Washington, that look at how well they played today. So just the mark of a good team. We have a good team. You know, we're not a great team. We're not even a special team. But we're special to ourselves, and that's what counts.